So, how does it feel to be a teenager?
It feels exactly the same as it did when I was 12. They didn't before.
What does it mean to be a teenager in your definition?
I guess it means you're like actually growing up, a kid anymore, but not quite an adult yet.
What are some struggles teens face?
Well, I mean, aside from like school and stuff, older people like don't treat us as well. I've noticed that they think that we're not as mature as them, and sometimes we're more mature than them.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, not great, but I'll just try not to reciprocate that to teenagers when I'm their age.
What do you think is unique about being a teenager?
Well, I mean, you're only a teenager once, so there's that.
What are
But
oh,
you go.
what are some stereotypes you've heard about teenagers?
That they're like self-absorbed, vain, stupid, immature.
Do you think that's true?
I mean, everybody's different, so for some people it is true, but for most people it's not.
Do you think that it's better to live as a teenager in this generation than your parents?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Actually, no, I don't. I changed my answer. When my parents were teenagers, the generation that are their parents are the ones that discriminate against teenagers the most. So, I don't know, actually. I don't know. It's a hard question.
Well, what are some perks about living in this generation as a teenager?
Well, we have the internet and, ways to reach out to other people and, communicate with each other, and not through, a home phone, but through our cell phones, and we're just more socially connected to each other, which is a huge perk.
What's a disadvantage from living in this generation as a teen?
Well, I know that in the future we're going to have to find a way to fix all of the global warming and all of that stuff that generations before us caused. And that's not really fair, but it's what we have to do.
What do you think is different about being a teen in the U.S. versus, a different country?
Well, the U.S. is not war-torn. It's pretty safe. There are occasionally things that happen, but we're not environment. It's not unsafe for me to be here, which I'm grateful for.
How do you feel about the progressive movements that our generation is making?
I am, wait, what do you mean by progressive movements?
Rights, just equality.
Oh, I'm happy about them. I think it's about time we had that second wave of civil rights happen, because about who's worth more and who's not as good as some people, and I think that that's silly, and I think that we need to get over it, and I think that my generation's really trying to help.
Do you feel that teenagers make a big impact in the world?
Well, I think we do. I don't think people really respect us enough to make as big of an impact as adults do, but I think we do make an impact.
What are your, goals for when you grow up?
Well, I want to work in government for, like, in the education department because I want to still be able to help school districts make better decisions because I know that the school I go to, which is Washington Middle School, is not well funded. It's biased. It's not a good environment, and that all comes down to decisions that the school district has made. And I want to change that.
How does gossip and drama affect your life?
Well, I try to stay out of it. It's affected what friends I have and what friends I don't. And it's affected my school performance because earlier in the year I was really wrapped up in a lot of drama and I tried to take myself out of it and my grades got a lot better. I got more focused on school. I just improved. So drama is just a big distraction.
Sorry, you just keep on cutting out, so I
Oh, yeah.
didn't know when you... Okay. How does having a big sister help you navigate being a teenager?
Well, I mean, when she was my age... Actually, no, I'm not going to get into that. You already know. It's helped me make decisions. Like, I know I can always go to her, so I can find out what to do in a tough situation. And that really helped me.
What are the different social groups that you have at your school?
Okay, well, we have the kids that think that they're really cool, but in reality they're just mean, and not a lot of people want to spend time with them. Then we have the really athletic kids, and then we have, like, the really nice kids, and then people.
Oh my god, your connection. Hold on.
Well,
It has
I
okay.
can go off Wi-Fi.
Can you? Please?
Did that help?
I can hear you now, but I can't see you. There you go.
Yeah, okay. Is it working now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just remind me to go back on Wi-Fi before this is over. I'm almost out of data.
Okay. How has the internet affected, like, your life?
Well, it's helped me become more connected to my friends and people around me, and it's helped me find out about movements and things that have happened civil rights-wise, and it's helped me find out if there have been attacks on places, and it's helpful for me to use to know what's really going on in my life and in other people's.
How do you feel about the implications the society puts on teenagers regarding, like, their body and appearance?
What do you mean by that?
Like, body shaming and, like, just, like...
Oh, well, I think that body shaming is a huge issue, and the internet's not really helping that, because when you go to a store online, you see all these models, and they're all muscular guys with their, like, I don't know, tan skin and stuff, and you see all these skinny girls and, like, big boobs and stuff, and that doesn't... People aren't built like that. That's just that 1% that we consider beautiful, but really it's just a social construct.
How does that affect your age group, do you think?
I do not know one person that is not self-conscious. Everybody is nervous about wearing a swimsuit. Everybody is unsure whether they're pretty or not, or handsome. Everybody is worried about what they look like, and we're not really doing anything to make people feel more confident about themselves. We're just making people feel worse.
Do you feel that it's, like, affecting teenagers the most out of all of the age groups?
No, I don't. I think that it affects everybody equally. Maybe not when I was a baby. I don't think it affected me then, but I know, like, I've been raised to think that you're pretty when you're skinny and you have blonde hair and big boobs and tan skin. And so I think that it affects everybody. It affects adults, millennials, kids younger than that, and people way older than that. So I think it hits all the age groups, not just mine.
What are some struggles that teenage girls specifically face that are different from guys?
Well, we experience a lot of sexism. I know that girls in my school, if they wear shorts that break the dress code, which is your shorts have to be longer than halfway down your thigh, I know that you get suspended. And guys don't get suspended for that. We just face a lot of sexism in my school, out of my school. Just all around me is people discriminating against me because I'm a girl, because of the way I was born.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me really angry. And I know that there is a lot of it worse other places in the world, but that doesn't mean it's not really bad here, and it doesn't mean it's not deep set into all of our brains that men are stronger and they can do a bunch of stuff that girls can't, and that's terrible. And it makes me really angry to think that people think that they're better than me just because of the way that they were born.
What are some struggles that you think guys face as a teenager that's unique to them?
Well, people think that they have to be muscular, they have to be tall, and they have to never cry and be manly and can't like the color pink. And I think that is so silly, because if you really think about it, none of that stuff matters. Like, as long as you're a good person, that's all you need. But I know that there is some sexism against guys, a lot of sexism against guys too.
How do you feel about relationships as a teenager?
I think that you should do whatever makes you happy. If it's being in a relationship, good for you. I know that would probably be too stressful for me to handle right now with my amount of homework and extracurricular stuff. But I know that if it makes somebody happy, then they should go ahead and be in a relationship.
How does school affect your life?
It stresses me out because our teachers don't do a very good job spacing homework and tests. So some nights I'll have no homework, and some nights I'll have 4 or 5 hours of homework. I know I've been working on this one project for the past, 5 or 6 hours straight. And it's really stressful, and I'm so happy that it's finally summer.
Is that thing due tomorrow?
It's due tomorrow, and it was assigned to me 2 weeks ago.
Did you just start it?
Yeah. Okay, but I was busy.
How does procrastination affect your life?
I think I answered that. It's not that I procrastinate, it's that